Yes, thank you all for tuning in with me. You are listening to Self-Care Wednesdays. Yes, guys, this is my first Self-Care Wednesdays of 2021, guys. Yes, 2021, guys. Yes, I welcome all the new listeners and all of the active listeners. I appreciate all of you for tuning in, whatever time of the day, night. I appreciate your time. Yes, I do. I appreciate you all. Yes, I am your host, Regina, and you are listening to the Creative Lips Podcast, episode number 72, guys. Yes, it is episode number 72, and I'm going to be talking about a topic that has been on my mind for quite some time. A lot of things always be on my mind, you know. We're going to be talking about how can we make 2021 your best comeback. How can you make it your best comeback for 2021 at everything that has been going on, you know, from 2020? How can we do it? So let's get into talking about that today on my Self-Care Wednesdays. All right, guys. Yes, all right, so now let's get into it. I normally like to start off my episodes, as any of you know that have been listening to my, any of my episodes, that I like to start off with words of encouragement. Yes, words that would help you, help and edify you and get you through, because we need to hear those words of encouragement just to help us. Just to help our minds, get off of what is going on in front of us. You know what I'm saying? Whatever it may be, only you know what it is. Only you know what is faced before you. Whatever situation it is, that I hope that you will get out of that situation. You will start. You will stop. It will begin. And it will work out in your favor in the end, the way that you want it to be made out in your favor, guys. Yes, guys. Yes. And also, before I start my Self-Care Wednesdays, I like to give a little bit of a disclaimer. Yes, the disclaimer is basically just stating that I am in no way, no shape, in no form a licensed psychologist or a licensed therapist, because my Self-Care Wednesdays is geared towards mental health. And that is something that I have been doing, all my life, every Wednesday, just about all my life. I've been doing it every Wednesday, just checking in with myself, just to see if I'm straight. Pull up my select. You know what I'm saying? And that's something that I like to do. You don't have to do that, but that's something that I have been doing, just to see if everything is in one accord, guys. Yes. So now let's get into it. So now, just like I stated today, that, we want to make this year. Everybody wants to make this year, their best comeback. They want to start things. They want to do things. They want to have a best year ever. The best year ever. Yes. And on Creative Lips Podcast, I want to do that this year. That's one of my goals that I set forth for 2021. I wanted this year to be my best ever, for my podcast, and also for personal things, personal growth, personal things that I would like to push forth in this new year, guys. Yes. So this Self-Care Wednesdays episode number 72 is going to talk about that. And how we, it feels good, to start a new year in anything, just to start anew in anything, in a way so that we can start fresh, to revive ourselves and to set those goals and, all those ideas and work towards, being our best that we can be, guys. Now, so let's get into some of my steps and tips and, things that I wanted to talk to you all about that and how we can make our best year ever for 2021, guys. Yes. Now, I'm not talking about any resolutions. I'm basically talking about things that you can stick to. This can be with anything that you do in your life. It doesn't have to be just because it's a new year or a new thing that you're starting with. You just have to do it during that time and only that time. No. This is something that you can do forever. You know what I'm saying? You can make this your best ever, because despite, the year being, 2021 year being a challenging year for all, there have been, so many blessings. There has been a lot of blessings that I can honestly say that, we had came from up under from 2021, in my opinion. I mean, there can be a blessing, even if you don't see a blessing from 2021, there is, because you want to know what that blessing is, guys. You're listening to me right now. You can still see, hear, and, and all that other good stuff that, we are allowed to do on a daily basis, guys. So that is just one blessing, of many, many blessings that I know that we all can, look forward to in this new coming year, So now the basic things that I started to do, the number one thing. Now I mentioned about my goals. I talked about all, just about some of the goals that I wanted to do this year. I wanted to make my podcast the best ever, better than what it was in 2020. I want to, challenge myself so that I can be the best ever at it, so now, when it comes to setting goals, we all, I know what I like to do. I more so like to split my goals into two. Now, what does that mean when you're splitting your goals into two? I thought you would just do just one goal at a time. But for me, I like to split them into two categories because therefore you can split them into little and large categories. It makes it more achievable if you was to do like a smaller goal, like walking a day, you just want to get out the house and just walk. Or if you just want to just add like something small, like say that you want to eat more vegetables or whatever the case may be. Starting little and having that continued motivating feeling when you achieve them for when they can be smaller. So it's best to start off, doing that in that frame of mind. If you approach it in that way, I think it would be more beneficial for you to keep and accept that goal and do it. Now, if you was to do, bigger goals, like your larger goals, and the larger goals is like, maybe saving money or exercising, you're trying to lose a certain amount of weight or you're trying to gain a certain amount of weight. Those are like your larger goals, So you want to make sure you want to set yourself up, set yourself up to be the best that you can be. You don't want to set yourself up for failure. Instead, think of it as if I will do 3 activities a week that will get my heart going. there is no more than a feeling of a disheartening feeling that you cannot achieve those goals that you have set for yourself. Because then, the doubt sets in. And then that's when you just give up, and then you don't do your goal routine, or you just don't do it at all. You know what I'm saying? So don't set yourself up for those things that within a shadow of a doubt that is very unlikely that you are not going to stick to that goal of never getting what you want out of your life, and so that you can make 2021 your best comeback ever, guys. You know what I'm saying? So don't set yourself up for that. Because once you start smashing those target goals that you want in your life, you know what I'm saying, you can start to build on them, and then eventually you are more likely to reach all those goals that you have on your list. Now remember, try your best to take it, just take those baby steps. And that's something that I like to do. I love taking those baby steps of doing the goals. So try your best to try to split those goals. Split them up. Don't try to do them one at a time. And you never know, it might work better in your favor. And it's another thing that I like to do. I like to manifest my success. I love to do that. That's one thing that I love to do, guys. Yes, you can. Yes, you can manifest it. Yes, you can. Because when it comes to manifestation, some of us look at it as, oh, what is that? I hear a lot of people talking about it now. How can I manifest? What can I do? There are typical steps that you can take. You can have these typical standpoints, that you can really stick to, and it can help you manifest even more, guys. If you are seriously skeptical, that the manifestation can bring positive results with you just sitting there and just think about it. You know what I'm saying? Come again, guys. Now, manifestation doesn't normally work that way. Manifestation works when, of course, we put forth that thought and process of what it is that we want, where do we want to go, and what we want to do in our lives. We can sit there and think about it, or we can even write it down. And from that point on, once we do that, we can visualize us being in that moment, space, place, and time. And then once we get the feelings, those good feelings of how it will be like once we get what we desire, or whatever it may be, then we just let it go. Let it go and let the universe handle what it is that universe need to handle, so that we can get those things. We can, have those things that we manifested or written down in our lives. Because beginning that manifestation is the transformation from the thought into its physical eloquent. Also known as an idea or a goal that becomes a tangible reality, guys. Now, and of course, just like I said, it's going to be through the work of your own feelings, thoughts, and positive affirmations that you do. And you would do this on a daily basis. Yes, you have to do this on a daily basis. Because it doesn't translate from just what I want. You can just say, I want $1 million. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't just translate like that. It doesn't happen like that. Because it's not going to spring on your doorstep, just for you just saying that. Rather it opens your mind to positive thoughts And it also brings about the decision and a motivation to achieve that goal. Like, for instance, I talk about weight loss a lot, here and there, because that's something that I am trying to do. That is something that I, want to do once again this year. I can't sit up there and just think about, I want to lose weight. I want to lose weight. I want to lose weight. You know what I'm saying? I can't I can't sit up there and do that. It has to be some form of action that I have to conspire with it, with my thought process and my feelings and how I feel about losing weight and what it would be like if I was to be my ideal weight, guys. You know what I'm saying? So it does bring forth, those positive thoughts. And of course, it also has to, added with that, just like I said, the dedication and the motivation to achieve that goal. And then once you do that, then that's success. You can manifest that success, and that will enable you to be and to have what it is your heart desires, guys. Yes. So try and do the manifestation. Try to do that in your life, because the universe conspires with us in elaborate ways, and also too, another thing while you're in the process of manifestation, to try to make your comeback in 2021, try letting go of any negative thoughts, feelings, and the doubt that surrounds that particular goal that you are trying to get. The best way to do this is, just like I said, writing down. I'm telling you, you put that pen and paper to work and watch it manifest and watch it come into your life like never before. You know what I'm saying? So try to acknowledge those feelings once you're writing, with how it, maybe it's not serving you right now, or how you're feeling. And once you have eliminated all of those emotions, you can start to cultivate all of those positive feelings, and you can manifest your happiness with a clean slate, guys. So just start by writing those positive affirmations right along with it. Right after you eliminate those feelings, those negative thoughts, begin writing positive affirmations. Like, for instance, you can say, I'm committing to my exercise. I'm committing to, being, a better person to myself, or whatever it may be. Try your best to do those things, those different aspects in your life that will include you materializing your manifestation. Just like I said, guys, I created a vision board this year in a long time. And this vision board, I tell you, it's phenomenal. I'm not going to tell y'all what's on it. But I can tell y'all some things. Of course, just like I said, it's a weight loss, the weight goal. And I'm trying to, get a section within my room to, house all of my sneakers. I want my sneakers to have a home. And also, I am trying to get some tattoos. I want, to be, a nice piece of art, And that's just one of my goals that I'm trying to do. Is my vision board. I'm trying to rebrand myself and change my image. So that's part of, some of the things that is on my vision board. Because once it's completed, you can really, really feel at ease. Like, once you do all of those things, write it down, and, try to visualize good thoughts and while you're doing this process. And you want to know, it's one thing that I like to do too. I like to light a candle, and I like to just, relax and, take a nice bath, hot bath, and manifest. And, that's something that, I like to do. You don't have to do it, but, it helps. It helps your mind wind down from the day. so that you can digress and, continue on thinking about what it is that you want to do that is very beneficial for you to make your comeback in 2021, guys. Yes. This is the last thing that I love to do. I love doing this. I like to practice gratitude, before I get out of my bed, before I get up, before I grab the phone, before I do anything. I always practice gratitude daily, guys, every day, every single day. I always say, thank you so much, universe. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for allowing me to open my eyes, that I can see, that I can move my hands, and that I am in a sane, sound mind and body. Because, you get some people that wake up, they lose their minds, it happens. Believe it or not, it happens. Somebody wake up and they just have a nervous breakdown. We have to practice that gratitude, by taking the time to actively be thankful for what, we have, for what you have on a daily basis, because it may seem like a simple practice to just say thank you so much, but it's hugely, guys, beneficial for your state of mind and even your physical health, because, it also increases your happiness, and it also reduces that depression, guys, that sometimes may creep up in some. And it also may cause you not to do some things that you all know that you shouldn't be doing. You know what I'm saying? That you trying to change this year about. Whatever your vices is, whatever it may be. You know what I'm saying? It also, reduces your aggression, and it increases your empathy, how you feel about yourself and whoever is around you, and because mental health, this is all part of mental health that I'm talking about, guys, because when you are practicing gratitude, as opposed to when we let, that habit slip, we have more positive outlook and feel less anxious on a daily basis. If we practice this, if we incorporate this, if we mold this, if we just connect with this, because beyond our mental health has also been shown to improve our physical health too, as well. It will make you look better. Believe it or not, it will. People don't believe it, but it does. It improves every aspect of your life. Because as people who have known to practice gratitude on a daily basis are more likely to, exercise and have frequent health checkups. And it's just like those people who practice these, they're proven to have, a better outlook on life, and they handle things better. You know what I'm saying? They handle things better. When those setbacks come, they know how to handle it better. So while you are sitting and relaxing and watching your favorite show, or if you're just spending some time with yourself, enjoying your cup of coffee or tea, in the morning, just take a couple of minutes, guys, and just think of 3 things. Now, this is a challenge to make your best comeback in 2021. Think of 3 things you are grateful for today. Right now, guys. Just take some time and think about it. It could be anything that you are grateful for. And you can also do this too. You can try to make them different each morning. It don't have to be the same thing. That routine, it doesn't have to be, but the routine of it is that you incorporate and you connect with having to practice gratitude on a daily basis, guys. You know what I'm saying? And also it helps too to say them out loud too if you can. And even at night, right before you lay down in the bed, before you go to sleep. Because thinking of those 3 things you are grateful for the day, you know, I'm telling you, it will open up your eyes and it will make you appreciate a lot more. You know, it helps you get past all of the craziness that's going on in the world today and whatever happened in your day. You know, and it also helps you to remind you, to bring you back to reality of all of the positive things that is going on and that can go on in your life on a daily basis. And I just wanted to add this too. Meditate sometimes. You know, you can meditate. You could take some time, you know, and develop a habit on a daily basis that you have to maintain, because the rewards from that too can also be beneficial. You know, set aside some quiet time to help you and to just sit there and help you focus and stay with the calm. And it can also be helpful to you to make you more balanced. You can do an 8-minute mindfulness meditation just in the comfort of your home. And sometimes this is what I used to do when I used to work stressful jobs, or when I used to be at a place of work. I would go into the restroom and I would just take those couple of minutes and just do a little bit of a meditation, you know, in the bathroom, so that I can, you know, recuperate and just get back to myself. It helped me stay focused, and it helped me be considerate of other people's emotions when I did this on a daily basis. You know what I'm saying? There are a lot of apps and stuff out there that you also can use as well. It's one that I can recommend. It's called Headspace, and another one is called Calm. I don't know if you all familiar with that. A lot of celebrities are jumping on those apps. And the apps are really cool. You know, they have some free stuff on there too, but then when you want to get to the advanced stuff, you know, of course you got to pay to play. You know what I'm saying? But it's all good. You know what I'm saying? They have so many apps out there, if you are into the app thing, that you can use to help you practice meditation on a daily basis, guys. Yes. So, you know, if you can try to incorporate that in your daily basis, I'm telling you, it would be very helpful for you to do that, guys. I'm telling you guys, you never ever know what it can do until you try. All right, guys. Now to the number 1 tip. Now, the number 1 tip that I got from out all of this, despite, you know, it's being a universally challenged year for all of us, just like I said earlier. You know, 2020 has been a challenging year. You know, there have been so many blessings again, guys. Once again, guys, you know, I want to tell you that there are blessings in it. You know, if we can take the time to stop, you know, take a moment and stop and look around us right now, and we can see the many blessings that we have before us. Now, consider the challenges, you know, of the past year that you have overcame. All of those circumstances or situations. Now, for some, of course, just like I said, they may be different. And some may have caused pain at the time. But you all have pushed, and we all evolved, and we grew from all of those situations, you know, between then and now. You know, I can honestly say that, you know, it's the resilience for me, honey. You understand, that I can pat myself on the back So, as we head into this new year, 2021. Yes, guys, 2021. As we head into this year, guys, this is entirely new to all of us. It's a new world. Everything is different now. Everything has changed. We all find ourselves in, this new world that we see right in front of us. So let's push forward, okay? And finally reconnect with ourselves and recreate ourselves into a new, guys. And that's how you can make your 2021 best comeback, guys. Yes, guys. Yes, guys. Yes, that's how you do it. That's how you do it in 2021, guys. Yes, I appreciate you all for tuning in with me for this Self-Care Wednesdays, guys. Yes, I hope, my steps and, my different things that I have done to help you, and if this, if you already know what you're doing, then maybe this can be beneficial for somebody else in your life or in your family or whatever. You can share this with someone and that could help them make this year their comeback, All right, guys, thank you for tuning in once again. This is a Creative Lips Podcast, episode number 72, guys. And make sure you follow me on all of my social media. Follow me on Instagram at Creative Lips Podcast, guys. Yes. And also don't forget to subscribe. Subscribe and follow me wherever you get your favorite streaming podcast. Because I'm everywhere, guys. I'm everywhere. Yes, and also don't forget to leave me that 5-star rating and leave me a review, guys. Yes. Yes, don't forget, guys. Yes, I appreciate you all. And also follow me on Twitter. Because you want to know what, guys? I post stuff there too. All right, until next time.
You are now listening to episode 72 of the Creative Lips Podcast.
Yeah.